Well, let's turn the camera around the right way. Welcome to Frequency Codes. It's that kind of day. Welcome. As you're hopping in live, say hello. Let me know you're here. And always remember, if you wouldn't leave your house without checking the weather app, so why the hell are you trying to run your business without checking the energetic weather? And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. I am using Book of Life numerology. I'm one of only 2,000 practitioners in the world able to read and work with this sacred art. It is something that's been hidden in the deck of playing cards and kept below the surface for thousands and thousands of years. Hello. Hi, welcome. Oh, she's getting a Manny. Atta girl, Kendra. Okay, so no, you do not need to know numerology in order to take advantage of what I'm about to share with you today. I'm going to be looking at the energetic weather for the week of September 8th through the 14th. How am I already reading for the middle of September? What the fuck? Okay, you do not need to know numerology to harness this. All you need is to get out your calendar and let's fucking go. I am going to start with 2025, then I'm going to look at September, and then we're going to break it down day by day with practical, tangible, tactical things that you can do to harness the energy every single day. Hello, welcome. Hi, Susie. Nice to see you. Okay, so, hello, 9. 2025, I've been talking about all year long, carries the energy of the 9. And the 9 is typically understood to be about endings and completion, the end of a story, the end of an era. And while that is true, there is a lot about the 9 that is either misrepresented or forgotten. And that is the expanded capacity that's available for us with the 9. So what do I mean by that? In the universe abhors a vacuum. And so if you think about like your clothing closet and maybe you rip it all apart and you've got to make this big giant mess and you throw all your clothes on the floor, but then you've got this empty closet. Now at this point, you have the ability to intentionally decide what you're putting back into the closet. So you pick up your favorite items, the ones that make you feel like a badass, that red leather jacket that makes you feel so confident, that dress that you wear only on special occasions. You intentionally put those back into your closet. This is what the 9 energy is about. It is clearing out all the shit you don't need so that you can intentionally decide what you're going to put back in to your business, into your life, into your mind, into your heart, into your body, whatever it is, so that you can expand your capacity to hold more, be more, receive more, do more, whatever it is. That is the 9 energy. And we're feeling the culmination of that right now. And it feels a little bit like a pressure cooker because we're in the September energy, which is also the 9. We are at the grand finale, the grand poobah of this 9 energy. And this week, we're going to experience it in its full culmination. So, do you want to know how to work with it so that you can use it to your advantage? I'm assuming if you're here and you're watching this, the answer is fuck yes. So, let's break it down. First of all, I want to talk about the eclipse that we're experiencing on Sunday. Now, I realize this forecast is for the 8th. The eclipse is on the 7th. However, we're going to be feeling the effects of that throughout the week. So, it's important to pay attention. This full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces is like the endings of the endings of the endings. Pisces is the last zodiac in this. It's the last sign in the zodiac. My God, words are hard today. It is the completion energy, and this full moon in Pisces is going to stir up the last of it. Whatever it is that you've been like, maybe it's been riding under the surface, maybe you're not fully aware of it, maybe it hasn't quite landed, maybe you're avoiding it, numbing out because you don't want to deal with it. Whatever it is likely going to stir up over the weekend. For this full moon, it's like you can't not see it anymore, which means that there will be a little bit more release. And we've got a couple of days next week where it's really important that you will give yourself some space for what I'm calling the eclipse hangover. So pay attention to that. But let's dive in and look at each day by day. So Monday, September 8th, this is where we're going to have that eclipse hangover. We're going to be experiencing that. 3 of Diamonds ruling 8. We're still in that Pisces water energy, deeply intuitive, deeply emotional, feeling all of our fucking feelings. So do not numb out. Do not check out. Allow whatever you're feeling to rise up to the surface so that you can let it go. If you numb it, dumb it, drug it, Netflix it, throw it under the carpet, smoke weed to pretend it doesn't exist, it's going to be shoved back down and it'll rise up later. So use this moon to let it the fuck go. If you gotta cry, cry. If you gotta scream, scream. If you gotta, I don't know, punch your pillow, go do that. Whatever it is you need to do, take care of it and allow that energy to move out of you. Now, Monday, give yourself a little space and grace today to just kind of settle after the eclipse and the full moon. Let yourself ease into the week. We're not going to start off Monday of like, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. I promise you this week has its get shit done days. Monday might not be it. Now, first, if you are feeling like, oh, but I feel like super lit up and I'm inspired, go for it. You're never at the whim of the numerology. And just because Cindy says it's going to feel a certain way, if you don't feel that way, it's likely because there's something activated in your own personal chart. So I'm only speaking to collective energy, what most people are going to be experiencing. But if you feel different, then fucking go. Take action. But Monday, you may want a little bit of space. So words today, I swear. So pay particular attention to what needs to go. That's the first priority. Anything that feels draining in your schedule, if you're looking at your week and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do that. If it feels like an obligation instead of an I want to, if it feels like, oh, I have to do that, maybe think about cutting it out of your calendar this week. Just chop it out. You do not need to give excuses or reasons or justification as to why you don't want to fucking do something. Just don't do it. You get to decommit from things unless it's like life or death. So take time today on Monday to reflect and to gather in your resources because there is some energy coming that's going to have you fucking lit up and get going. So in order to prepare for that, gather your resources. Pile on a little additional self-care. Think about maybe a meal plan. Think about having your groceries all ready to go so that you can spend time at the end of the week hustling and doing the thing and you don't have to worry about proper nutrition for yourself. I promise you go time is coming and you're gonna want to be prepared. So think about what resources you need in order to get that for the end of the week. Tuesday, September 9th. This is a big day. So I talked about this in my Profit by Numbers membership where I gave the September forecast. Today, Tuesday, is a 9 energy day and a 9 energy month and a 9 energy year. That's a whole hell of a lot of 9. So it's the end of the end and it's the start of the start. So don't overschedule yourself. Remove any of those obligations. Give yourself some space. Maybe ease into your morning. Don't start your day like hustle. Let's go, go, go. Get rid of anything residual, emotional, physical, mental, anything you're still hanging on to. Let it the fuck go. Let it go. Because, and this is really important for this day, you're going to spend some time letting go, but don't stay there. Earlier, I talked about the law of vacuum. When you create space, the universe abhors a vacuum. So when you create any spaciousness, you remove a bad habit. You remove something out of your material space. You remove a human out of your space. You remove yourself from a community. The universe goes, okay, great. We have all this open space. Now, what are we going to fill it with? So be intentional with that. So maybe in the morning, spend your time removing, clearing, letting go. And then in the afternoon, be intentional about expanding your capacity. So what do I mean by that? Maybe think about a new community that you would like to join. Maybe think about what are the standards you hold for the relationships that you find yourself in and set intentions for new friendships, new business partnerships, new collaborations. Maybe if you clear out some physical space, maybe you decorate it so that it looks really nice. I mean, if you've ever had a horizontal space that you've cleared off, it soon piles up, right? I think that's like Murphy's Law. Well, think about what you're going to put back in the space that you just cleared out. This last couple days ago, I cleaned out my entire bathroom cupboards and counters. It's been driving me nuts for a while. I knew it had to happen. And that was the day. I was just like, and it's going. And I was very intentional about what went back in. I removed expired medications, all sorts of stuff came out of there. And then I said, well, what do I want to put back in here? And only the products that I actually fucking use and love go back in there. The rest of it tossed or recycled or donated, whatever. But think about what you intentionally want to put back in, because Tuesday, today, carries massive potential for you to take yourself to the next iteration of your business. And then Wednesday, we're going to tie it all up in a nice little bow. So the first couple of days of next week are going to be a little bit like slower moving, a little bit moving into the week, not hustle, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then here we go. Wednesday, big day, Ace of Diamonds, ruling 1. Today could stir up a sense of urgency, a sense of tension, a sense of frustration. You might be like, I want to do it all, and I want to do it all right now. And remember, you're the one that's in charge here. You are not at the whim of the stars or the planets or the numbers or your chart. That urgency and tension are being stirred up for you on purpose. So for you to use them, not for them to batter you against the wall. So weaponize it for good. Instead of trying to do it all today, implement one micro habit towards your goal. Then get down into the trenches and get to fucking work. This is only the beginning. And today is setting us up for all of October energy and all of 2026. So how you choose to move today is going to be a strong indicator of your future of next year. So launch the fucking offer that you've been waiting to pull the trigger on. Post that thing that you've been scared shitless to say. Reach out to that scary collaborative opportunity. Rip the Band-Aid off now and get it done. Which moves us into Thursday. Now, Thursday, we move from Diamonds energy into clubs. Diamonds energy is all about our values, our physical environment, the body, how we're experiencing money in the world. And as we move into clubs, it all becomes around expression, what we're thinking, how we're expressing, how we're communicating. And we have September 11th, the King of Clubs ruling 2 energy. And here's where the rubber hits the road. Time to get shit done. So there is determination in the air today and a pocket of time over the next few days to get shit done. So leverage this. Mark it in your calendar right now. From here until Sunday, you've got get shit done energy. Well, at least till Saturday anyway, maybe into Sunday. So double down on your sales efforts at the end of the week. If you're paying attention, you're going to have more capacity to follow through and to get shit done, whatever it is that needs to get done. Just make sure that your determination is pointed in the right direction and that you're not letting your brain be determined to hold on to old stories. Stick to the promises you made to yourself, follow through on those micro habits that you set up yesterday, and hold yourself accountable. Friday, September 12th, Queen of Clubs ruling 3, also an important day of this week. If I could give you any advice today, it would be to get grounded. Start your day out in the grass, laying on the floor, whatever it is you need to do. Start your day by hugging a tree. There is an amplification of thought today and massive creative potential available to you. But don't let yourself get trapped up here in your head. You're likely going to have a hell of a lot of intuitive downloads today. Inspiration will be at an all-time high. So capitalize on this by making sure you're fully landed in your body. Not squirrely all over the fucking place. Because if you're up here, squirrely. So get out into nature today. Move your body. Use the voice note app on your phone to process any ideas and downloads and inspiration that's coming through. Let whatever wants to come through move through you, and don't worry about what it needs to be. You can piece it together later. I promise you, Saturday is the day for that. So don't worry about any of it making any sense just yet. Just stay grounded, stay in your body, let what needs to come through. And then on Saturday, September 13th, we've got a Jack of Clubs ruling 4. If you know anything about the 4 energy, it is structured, it is grounded. And Saturday also brings in an energy of planning. So all that creativity that landed yesterday, take it and move it into something tangible today. Harness that window of creativity and productivity, because today you could piece that new offer together. A new way of selling that offer could suddenly make sense to you. And the ideas that have been flying around just might start to land. So don't fuck off for the day. Don't avoid your responsibilities. Don't avoid the idea of putting together a new offer because it feels scary. Just do it. Stay committed to your path. Get out all of your Post-it notes. Make a mad mess on your wall. Get into that creative place. Get out your planner. Consider your next moves as you begin to lean into what that final leg of your year might look like. And I just might have something up my sleeve for you when it comes to that. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you all about it at the end. So we're going to talk about Sunday, and then I'm going to drop in all the information for you about how to set yourself up. And you can use Saturday's energy to get started on this. So September 14th, Sunday, is a 10 of Clubs ruling 5. It's a very interesting energy. And as I was sitting with this and channeling through the message that wanted to come through, you've got all these ideas that have landed for you, and maybe you've got a plan in place, and maybe you've mapped it out all in your calendar, and you've committed to certain things and getting stuff done. And now today you're going to be like, whee, let's go play. So you may have had some things that got grounded, and you're going to want to verbally process everything now. Whether it's with your mentor, whether it's through your voice notes app, whether it's with a colleague or in a mastermind that you're in, you're going to have this desire to talk through your ideas, to brainstorm different ways of approaching it, to come up with some innovative ways of sharing your work. So today, your invitation is to play around with creative expression, whether that be in your content, in how you're selling certain offers, how you're approaching the delivery of your offers. Because ultimately, the entrepreneur who does things the same way, the same time, every single time, over and over and over again, will eventually grow stagnant and will be fucking bored. So today's the day for fun, playful innovation, not stagnation. So move your body, talk things out, brainstorm, do a brain dump, journal whatever is coming through, and above all else, have a fucking adventure as you plan your next moves. So as I mentioned, we are closing the door on a 9-year cycle. 2017 was the beginning, and 2026 is going to mark the start of a brand new cycle. And in October of 2025, we get a little preview of what that might look like, which is why I've created the Quarterly Codes Masterclass. This is the Q4 edition. I've done these as planning parties every single quarter for my paying clients, but this time I wanted to offer this to the world because how you choose to move in October and into 2026 is going to set you up not only for 2026, but for the next 9 years. So on September 22nd and 23rd, you can register for this absolutely free. I'm going to break down the precise energetic map for the next 3 months, when your best times will be, when your best times to sell are going to be, the most potent content that you can share that's going to convert, when to pause, when to close your fucking laptop and walk the fuck away so that you can leverage moving into 2026 with intention. That's the important piece, with intention. We all know that you can plan until cows come home, but the plan's always going to change. But if you don't have any plan whatsoever, you're just winging it and you're throwing spaghetti at the wall and you're hoping something works. And that, in my experience, hasn't worked out so well. This is why I'm offering this to you absolutely free of charge. So you can register. The link is in my bio, or you can send me a DM for more details. And the replay for this is going to be available until December 31st, 2025. So you can come back and listen to it again and again and again. If you are in the Profit by Numbers membership, you already have access to this. So make sure that you are registered. All right. Yes, I'm pulling cards. You guys are on top of it. So I'm going to start with Amy because I know she's got kids in college, and then Debbie, and then Susie, and anyone else who would like cards, let me know. Oh my God, Ro, I'm so freaking excited. Yeah, I've never done it in this format before, so it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be really powerful. Yes, Ro, no problem. All right, Amy, we're going to start with you. All right, Amy, so we've got the Seven of Clubs, King of Clubs for you. This is an invitation to trust your expression, to trust yourself, to trust that how you're moving things out are not only going to, actually, this is really funny, Amy, because of the conversation we were having yesterday in our VIP together. This is an invitation to trust that how you're expressing and sharing things is exactly as it needs to be. And the more you move and actually just take action on it, the more confident you're going to become, the more solid you're going to become in how you're sharing your message. The more you move, the easier it's going to be. Let go of the desire for people to love it immediately. Let go of the desire for instant gratification. Let go of the need to prove yourself and just go fucking express what's on your heart and on your mind, because you know that the message you have to share with the world is incredibly potent. And now it's time for you to trust yourself in that and just fucking move. That was on point. Amy, let me know how that lands. All right. Okay, we are going to... Aloha, Timothy. Nice to see you. All right, we're going to go to Debbie and then Susie. And then Ro. Okay, Debbie, we've got the Four of Diamonds, Jack of Clubs for you. This is an invitation for you to get really solidly grounded. It almost feels like maybe there's some bookkeeping that needs to be done, or you need to go and look in your bank accounts and just get things organized. It feels like a very grounded, step by step, organizational, structured thing that you need to do. So whether it's bookkeeping or there's something in your house that needs to be organized, it feels to me like it's around finances. So whatever this is for you, you'll know the answer. This is your invitation to get your proverbial ducks in a row. Y'all know how I feel about those ducks, but think about what it is that you can put in place to set yourself up for success, because this structure that you're creating, this groundedness, this organizational piece, maybe it's systems and structure around your business, something here, maybe there's an automation to set up or something like that. This is actually going to open the doors for you for more creative expression. And I know sometimes setting up systems and automations or doing your bookkeeping can feel very mundane and very boring. And yet it is the pathway to opening up more inspiration, more creativity. So get that done this week, Debbie, and then you can open up those pathways for inspiration to come through. Let me know how that lands for you. All right, Susie, we're going to you. Amy, let's go with expression. Just trust me and go. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. So on point with our conversation yesterday. Okay, Susie and then Ro. Oh, fun. So Susie, 5 of diamonds. That's me. 5 of diamonds, 4 of spades. This is an invitation for you to rebel against the norm. Susie, I know that you've scheduled out emails and posts and things for your current launch. But this Five of Diamonds is actually inviting you to break free from the norm, break free from the rules, rebel against the rules, even that you may have set for yourself, and shake shit up this week. Maybe just go on a wild tangent and post extra post content on top of what you've already scheduled. Maybe do some sort of sales activity that you've never done before that's completely different from what you're used to doing. Just shake shit up and rebel. That's really the energy that's coming through here. It wants you to let go of the structure and the format and the box just a little bit. That doesn't mean throw everything out that you've done. Keep that. But add something on top of it that's a little bit like, what is she doing? That kind of energy, because what it's going to do is it's going to get your audience's attention. It's going to be like, wait, that's not what we're used to. And it captures their attention. This is likely going to bring you to a better, stronger, more foundational launch for your offer. So let me know how that lands, Susie. All right, Ro, you are next. And then Timothy. All right, Katie, absolutely you can. No problem. All right, so I'm going to go to Debbie. You feel the need to get grounded and know what you can do to get your business ops solidified. Excellent. Great. Good to hear, Debbie. Okay, so I'm going to go to Ro and then Timothy. And then I think Katie was next after that. Okay. All right, Ro. I keep getting my hair caught in the cards. All right, so Ro, last week, I know when I pulled cards, it was very, very intense. I don't want you to freak out. We got another 9, but it feels like a happier 9, okay? So 9 of hearts, 5 of clubs. Now, Ro, I know last week I pulled 2 9s for you, and you spent the weekend purging and getting rid of so much stuff in your house. And I was very proud of you for that. Now, this 9 feels very, very different. It feels a lot lighter, and it feels celebratory. This is your invitation to now take what you've learned and integrated from this past week, from all those 9s last week that felt very, very heavy, and to now expand your capacity to love more. To love yourself more, to celebrate yourself more, to love the people around you more, to celebrate your life more, to love your life more, to open up your heart and just say, holy fuck, how the fuck is this my life? To look at all of the magic in your world and to celebrate every little moment of it. To look at your breakfast that you're having and going, how is it that I actually get to eat this food and nourish my body this way? To look at your children and say, how is it that I get to raise such beautiful children? To look at your home and ask yourself, how is it that I get to live in such a beautiful home? And now that you have purged and let go of so many things, you now have this opportunity to fill the emptiness, to fill that void that you created with so much more love and gratitude and celebration. So that is your job this week, Ro. All right, let me know how that lands. Okay, we are going to Timothy and then Katie. Oh, Kendra, I see you now. I got you. So we're going to do Timothy, Katie, and then Kendra. Sorry about that, Kendra. I don't know how I missed you. Okay, Timothy, 5 of spades, 7 of diamonds. This actually feels like an invitation for you to go into further depth. It's not about starting something new. It's not about, I know last week was like, you're going to have new characters drop in and you thought I was full of shit. And then it was right. I love it, Timothy. So this 5 of spades energy is actually asking you to go further in depth. Character depth, storyline depth. It's an invitation for you to choose to go a little deeper with something you've already created. So it's not an invitation to start something new. It's to take what you were doing last week and go deeper. There's nothing that you need to prove here with this, but I have a feeling that it's actually going to open up some financial pathways for you if you go to a more depth with something that you've already created. I don't know how else to explain that, Timothy. That's very specific, so let me know how that lands. All right, Susie Rebel. Yeah, you love the idea of that. I've always been a bit of a renegade in this world of following the rules. Facebook videos in the future, maybe lives. Love it, Susie. Yeah. All right. Katie, you are next, and then Kendra. And if I have missed anyone else, or if there's anyone here who has joined live and would like cards, let me know. Katie. All right, so Katie, 4 of clubs, 9 of spades. This 4 of clubs is inviting you to settle your mind, to get grounded in your mind, to maybe there's like, Katie, because I know your experience and I know a little bit of what goes on in your world, it feels to me like there's a to-do list to create. Maybe there's so much stuff going on and you're kind of like bouncing all over the place and there's this and there's that, especially with back to school. It feels to me like potentially just sitting down for 20 minutes and just writing out absolutely everything that you know needs to get done, and then taking that list and prioritizing it and actually getting it organized in a calendar. This to me feels like an opportunity to ground all of the to-dos in your mind onto a piece of paper. But it's also an opportunity to remove shit that doesn't actually need to get done. So it's a bit of a purge. So when I do this with a brainstorm, oh my God, the tickle. When I do this with brain dumping, I have this overwhelm in my head. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many things that I need to do and blah, blah, blah. So I will go and I'll sit down and I'll just write down absolutely everything. Personal, business, everything that needs to get done. I'll just dump it on that piece of paper. But then what I do is I go to that list with a red pen and I just cross off all the shit that I know I don't even need to do. Like, oh, somebody else can do that, or I can get Tyler to do that, or why do I even have that on my list? That's stupid. I'm not doing it. So this is an opportunity to get it all out of your head, ground it, remove what doesn't actually need to get done, delegate other things, and then structure it in a way that you can actually move forward. Let me know how that lands, Katie. Timothy, oh, you're welcome, Susie. Yes, you have fun with that full moon too. That hits, Katie. All right, perfect. Yeah, always. Timothy, you are relaunching the Courageous Family Book collaboration. That's the more depth. Perfect. I love that. Very right on. Okay. Kendra. Last, but certainly not least. I love it, Kendra. King of Spades, 2 of Spades. Now, Kendra, I think this is actually perfect that you had to wait till the end and that I couldn't see you at first. Because the King of Spades is the ultimate powerhouse in the deck of cards. He is the entrepreneur. He is the leader. He is the one who stands in his fucking power. He is unstoppable. He is unfuckwithable. And he is the one who's leading the way. Now, that 2 of Spades is in your chart. Hold, please. Yeah. That 2 of Spades is your growth opportunity, your blessing in life that's available to you, your ability to make decisions based on your intuition, not on what your brain is trying to tell you. So this is an invitation for you all week long to A, ground, B, connect to your intuition, C, move from there. Period. No overthinking, Kendra. All right. I hope that lands. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I'm losing my voice. Enjoy this beautiful full moon eclipse weekend. I hope you have an incredible weekend. And next week, the forecast will be on Wednesday because I'm traveling. So stay tuned for that announcement. Bye for now.